What has a neck but no head?
What has a neck but no head? What's the hint for that? Economic and youth development, these two areas are very, very, very important in the success of a whole community, in the success of a whole society, in the success of a whole country, in the success of a whole region. Oh, well, before I was an assistant professor in multiple universities, I used to teach the youth.
Welcome to another engaging episode of my podcast. Today I have the pleasure of hosting Danish, a renowned media personality and expert in economic reform, and organizer of youth development programs. Assalamu alaikum, Danish. Thank you for joining me on my podcast. How are you?
Walaikum assalam, Yusha. Thank you very much for inviting me over. I'm very good today, alhamdulillah. How about yourself?
Well, I'm feeling so excellent about this podcast.
Oh, thank you. Hope so you'll enjoy it too.
Yeah, of course. So let me ask you my first question.
Sure.
Danish, please tell me about your background and current activities.
Oh, well, before I was an assistant professor in multiple universities, I used to teach the youth. And now I'm a social activist, a media personality, and just completing my law.
Nice journey. I'm impressed. Who are your role models? And how did they influence your early aspirations?
Every father is the first superhero of every child. So my father is my role model. He's a very hardworking individual who has just developed everything in his life just through the hard work. So I just follow him, all his steps, so that I can be successful like him too.
What books, movies, or experiences shaped your perspective on economic reform and youth development?
Oh, well, in this era, books and perspectives doesn't matter so much, because economic reforms and youth development is more likely what is happening in the current era, what is happening, what is about to happen, and what happened in the past. So we just have to analyze each and everything, and then we have to give our presumptions regarding the future.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How did your family's background contribute to your field interest?
My family background is like full of doctors and engineers. So my interest was more towards business and stuff, and teaching people, getting the right person on the right place, what they have to do in the future, guiding them with their futuristic approach, motivating people to what they have to do, how they can achieve, why they can achieve, and what is the right pathway for them to achieve success.
Do you motivate people or do something like that?
Exactly. Everyone who comes into your life, or you go into the life of someone, there is a learning for you, and you can make people learn from your experiences. So always have a positive energy and go towards the people, show the people that yes, there's a lot of positivity in the world, and this positivity is gonna make you successful in your life. Be positive, think positive, act positive, and expect positive.
Excellent. Thank you for sharing your journey. Danish, what's your go-to joke at parties that never fails to get a joke?
I do say, everyone here, do not fear, I'm here.
Well, that's so funny. If you could swap jobs with a comedian for a day, who would it be and why?
Comedian for a day. Honestly, in Pakistan, we have a lot of comedians, and everyone is very perfect at his job. I don't want to swap anyone because they are doing their job perfectly done. I just love seeing all the programs, all the comedy programs. They are master in their art.
Really?
Yeah.
Did your parents have any quirky rules that you find amusing?
Every rule was amusing. Every rule was interesting. Every parent, they always set a rule for their children. So I went through a lot of rules, and in my whole life, I just tried to follow all the rules. So we have to follow the rules when we are living with our parents. Yes.
Were you a rule-abiding child?
Yes, very much, because I had no other option. The only option was to abide by the rule.
Oh, okay. Nice. If you could time travel back to your teenage. What advice would your future self give to the younger Danish in the language of dad?
Yusha, this is a very interesting question, and I really want to go back to my childhood. And I want to say to the younger Danish, honestly, grades doesn't matter. Do not work so much hard on the grades. Just work on the learning. Enjoy your life. Enjoy your age. Work on your learning. If you learn, you gain knowledge. Just don't work hard for the grades. Work hard for the knowledge.
When you were young, did you learn a lot of knowledge?
Yeah, exactly. That is what
Oh,
we go to school for.
really?
Yeah.
Can you sum up your views on economic reform using only emojis?
Ah,
Okay, that was a nice emoji actually.
Yeah.
It was like when you say cheese in a picture.
yeah.
How do you use your platform to amplify the importance of economic and youth development?
Economic and youth development, these two areas are very, very, very important in the success of a whole community, in the success of a whole society, in the success of a whole country, in the success of a whole region. Now, what happens is we have to do economic reforms in order to get our economic objectives achieved. So, in that, while the best thing we have is our youth, because youth is one who has to come into the future. They are coming, they're growing up, they're coming. So we have to make them equipped with technology. We have to make them equipped with knowledge. We have to give them the best of the knowledge. We have to actually make them learn that yes, the future is technology oriented, and we have to invest in our youth. We have to invest in the technology so that they can learn more about the technology. Have you seen that nowadays there is artificial intelligence, AI, all over the world? So everything is running through AI. So we have to invest in our youth so that they can learn more technological advantages. And tomorrow, in the coming future, they're grooming up with like technological advancements.
What's the funniest misconception about economic policies you've come across? And how do you address it?
Well, this is a very interesting question. So, the misconception about the economy is that we are growing day by day. No, there's nothing like that. Economy is always unstable. Did you see the hit of the COVID? And when the COVID hit, the economy was unstable, and it was so unstable that till today we cannot recover. So, if someone says that economy is stable and it is gonna keep going and growing, so it's a lie. You have to always keep working on the economy to keep it stable. Otherwise, it's not. And you have to develop yourself. A country has to develop itself so that if if a nightmare like COVID hits again, so we have a backup plan.
Oh, really?
Hmm.
What challenges have you faced in advocating for economic reform? And how have you overcome them?
Okay, well, in economic reforms, I can see that we can always bring up ideas. We can always write to the economists that how can they keep growing the economy? What are the future challenges we are going to face? And in economy, agriculture matters a lot. So if we concentrate more on the agriculture reforms, that is going to be very fruitful for the coming future.
Of your youth development programs, what success stories stand out in your memory?
See, when you invest on the youth, to be very honest, the youth is coming in a developed manner. The youth is happy that the government, the society is investing on them. You're bringing up the youth initiatives. You're bringing up the youth programs, which is gonna make them feel like yes, we are being valued, and the future goes to the youth. The country, any economy, any country's future depends upon the youth. So the more programs you have for youth development, the more you're investing on your future.
If you had to give financial advice using only memes, what would be your top 3 picks?
Number one, this economy is up, sometimes down.
Hmm?
Then this stabilization, and then this control.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I never knew that. You were using emojis, right?
yeah.
How do you see the intersection of economic reform and youth empowerment contributing to societal progress?
Well, economy is aligned with the societal progress. So if you're investing on your society, if you're investing on your youth, means that you're investing on your economy.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
What inspired your interest in advocating for business loans?
Well, business loans is something that if you have an idea in your mind, but you don't have any money, so that idea is worthless. So if you get a business loan, you develop a business. Remember, idea is greater than America. Idea is greater than America. Yeah. So if you have an idea and you get a loan to develop that business, to develop that idea, to make it material, so that is the best thing out of it. You get the business loan, start your business, invest in your idea, and definitely you're going to get the return. Within 2 to 3 years, your business is successful. You're even returning the loan. In fact, you are capable of generating loans for other youths.
And how did you become successful?
Oh, work hard, learn.
Oh, really?
And always emphasize on knowledge, not information. Knowledge is better than information.
How?
If you emphasize on knowledge, see, there is a knowledge and there is information. Knowledge is what you absorb and what is erect and correct. Information is just floating everywhere in the social media, in every platform. There is just information, but the knowledge is something you seek, you learn, and it is erect and correct with reference and with history.
If you woke up one day and found out you were a character in a cartoon, what would be your catchphrase?
You did a very, very difficult question to me. It would be, hey, catch me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, catch me if you can.
That's a little funny. But nice answer. How do you address the unique challenges that young entrepreneurs may face when seeking financial support for their businesses?
I appreciate all the young entrepreneurs who are working on their concepts, who are working on their ideas, who are working on their businesses. Either it is in person, either it is virtual, either it is on any of the online platform they're working in. Honestly, you people are doing a great job. If you're working for someone, you're always making the other person rich. If you're working yourself, you're developing yourself every day, you're developing yourself every hour, you're developing yourself every minute, and you are making yourself rich. Rich in monetary benefits, rich in terms of knowledge, rich in terms of success. So keep doing that, and honestly, the business will make you, the job will never make you.
And those were so many tips.
Yeah, exactly.
In your opinion, what role do youth-led businesses play in driving economic growth?
Well, every business has to, every business is a key to success towards the economy. So keep your business profitable. And if you think that your business is not running well, always take an advice from a successful businessman so that your business is on the track. If there are a lot of businesses in the country, they are contributing towards the economy. Every business itself is actually contributing towards the economy. When you open up a business, so you are getting the goods, you're selling the products, and then you're hiring people. So you're giving jobs to people, which means that you're contributing towards the economy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How do you envision the future of economic reform, especially the empowerment of youth?
Actually, youth is actually the future. Youth is actually the future. Youth is actually the development. The investment in youth is going to be very fruitful in the future. So these are the people who have to take the country on their shoulders in the coming days. So always invest in youth and believe in youth that they're gonna perform and they're gonna bring 100 out of 10.
Really?
Yeah.
Are there upcoming projects of youth development and economic progress?
Yeah, the government is working on it, and every other day we see that we have some press conferences where they're telling about the programs and some initiatives they're taking for youth. So hope so that sooner or later, there will be a lot of announcements and new projects for the youth development will be coming in.
Here is the last question, Danish.
Yeah.
As someone deeply involved in these areas, what advice do you have for aspiring individuals interested in economic reform and youth empowerment?
For economic reforms, youth empowerment is a must. Believe in me, if you invest in your youth, encourage them doing businesses. Don't encourage them doing jobs. Although the jobs have to be filled too, but encourage them more when they're towards the businesses. Nowadays, a lot of youth is doing their own businesses. I appreciate them. They're just contributing a lot towards the economy. This is what we need to learn. That if we invest in our youth, if we invest in our youth programs, definitely in the coming era, if you invest 10% in them, they're coming back with 1000% output. You give them area of input and you get the results of output very soon. So believe in your youth and believe what they're doing. They're going to be very fruitful for the economy, for the country in the future.
Here is our Riddle Junction Challenge. 7 mind-teasing riddles. What did one wall say to the other wall?
Distance.
No.
Then?
Should I give you a hint?
Yeah, sure. Ain't.
No.
Okay.
I'd say my hint is at the corner.
At the corner. Angle?
No.
Then?
This is the real answer. I'll meet you at the corner.
Oh, I lost it. Okay.
What has a neck but no head?
What has a neck but no head? What's the hint for that?
Something with water in it.
Bottle?
Yes.
Finally, I got it.
The more you take, the more you leave behind. What am I?
Knowledge.
Walk, walk, walk. That's the hint that I gave you.
Walk, walk, walk. Road.
No.
Then.
The real answer is footsteps.
Okay. Walk, walk, walk.
What starts with the letter T, ends with the letter T, and is filled with letter T?
It's tea.
Well,
It's that? Tit for that?
it's not tea.
Uh,
Do you like chai? That's the hint.
tea.
It's not tea. It's something that you drink in a tea. No, it's something that you have that the tea is inside of it. Do you like chai? That's the hint that I gave you.
Huh?
A teapot. That's the real answer.
Okay.
The more you have of it, the less you see. What is it?
The more you have of it, the less you see. What's the hint?
The hint is a nightfall.
The more you have of it, the less you see. The more you have of it, the less you see. Night?
No, but the hint is nightfall.
Rain.
No,
Then?
the real answer is darkness.
Okay.
I gave you a hint that's nightfall. It's so close.
Darkness?
Yeah.
Okay.
What has a head and a tail but no body?
It's going.
Yes, you got
Finally.
it.
The cricket is going on.
Oh my gosh. Here's the last riddle.
Uh-huh.
What is so fragile that saying its name breaks it?
Crack.
No.
What's the hint?
The hint is
Silence.
yes.
Okay.
You got 3 correct.
Okay.
Thank you, Danish. As I conclude this enriching conversation with Danish, I extend my gratitude for sharing your valuable insights into economic reform and youth development. Your journey is truly inspiring. Before we part ways, Danish, any final thoughts or messages you'd like to share with the audience?
Well, audience, I would like to say you that believe in yourself, develop yourself, and believe in your future. Always plan for your future, and this is what we can do. We can just develop ourselves by increasing our knowledge, by increasing our skills, by polishing our competencies. This is what we are striving for every other day when we go into the next morning. So always start a new day. Just forget what bads you had in the last day, and the next day when you wake up in the morning, always remember that this is a new day, and this new day you can find all the way to success. So go ahead with that. And Yusha, thank you very much. Thank you so much for inviting me over. I would like to say this is a great gentleman who is just grooming himself, working hard. So do remember to subscribe to his channel. Thank you very much.
Thank you for joining me in my podcast.
You're very welcome, and thank you very much for inviting me over. I'm so pleased to come here. Thank you very much, Yusha.
You're welcome. I hope you enjoyed my podcast, guys. And until we meet again, bye.